MAGA would vote for Hitler. Well, I don't like what he did to the Jews, but he promised no tax on tips. They would vote for Jeffrey Dahmer. Well, I don't like that he murdered people and ate them, but he promised no tax on overtime. I don't vote for the man, I vote for the policy. They would vote for Jeffrey Epstein. Well, yeah, that's really bad that he molested children, but at least he's not a libtard. Yeah, and he promised me lower taxes, because that's what the Republican Party has turned into. And it hit me today. Todd Blanche is probably going to be the person that's the new AG. He is defending child molesters, and almost every Senate Republican is even considering that fact is disgusting. And I say this as a former Republican and as a person of faith, as imperfect as I am. You people, there's a special place in hell for every single one of you. It's disgusting, isn't it? It's vile. So rape's not a red line from the president. Sexually assaulting 24 women, cheating on his wife with a porn star, insurrection, refusing to acknowledge he lost an election, 34 felonies, white supremacy, asking for the execution of black men, telling people to inject bleach, calling women fat and piggy, stealing from cancer charities, mocking disabled peoples. Yeah, woo, because he's a Christian. Oh, praise Jesus, because I'm pro-life. You are. You're pro-life. Because you force women to give birth, but you don't care if she dies of sepsis during her pregnancy. You don't care if Donald Trump rapes her. You don't care if Donald Trump molests her child. You don't care if that child that was born and becomes a police officer and dies on January 6th from suicide from the lies that Donald Trump told. You sure as hell don't care if it was molested on Epstein Island. You don't care if it's shot into school or a church or a shopping mall. All they get are thoughts and prayers. You don't care if it starves to death, has health care, has affordable housing, is homeless. And you sure as hell don't care about the damn environment if it takes their life early. You don't care about life. You care about culture wars and white grievance. And every 4 years, it encapsulates what Republicans stand for. Are you better off than you were? And that's the key to MAGA. Hi, I'm a selfish prick and a fake-ass Christian. Look at me. I practice nothing of what I stand for. So you value money more than morality, and that's the part that's sick. I cannot tell you how many times I've talked to a MAGA on TikTok, and they always justify him abusing E. Jean Carroll. And I say, what if it was your mom? Well, no, I wouldn't vote for him. You see, that's the problem. They don't care. Even the people that regret their votes now, they don't regret the horrible stuff that he's doing. They regret that they're financially suffering because of their selfishness. And what's really gross is that so many of these fake-ass patriots run around with their flags. America, America, look at me. I got bald eagles and fireworks. And if you don't love America, you can leave it. If you don't like what I'm saying, you can ship your ass back to England where you belong. Because America is not even the greatest country in North America. We got freedom. Do we? Do my kids have the freedom to go to school and not get shot? Do women have the freedom to do what they want with their bodies? How about the victims of Epstein Island? They don't even have the freedom to not be harassed by you white trash MAGA. Little girls in Iran don't even have the freedom to go to school without the U.S. murdering them. Because that was just in Europe. They don't do active shooter drills. Their kids aren't murdered. They have lots of freedoms. They have universal health care. In Germany, their college is paid for with their tax dollars. Greenland, same thing. Canada, same thing. Wow. I guess we're the only country in the whole universe that has freedom. But you don't care. You only care about yourself. And that's the part that is the most morally rotten. And every single one of you, MAGA, I want you to think about this with your 6 teeth when you come back from your Klan rallies. You're going to stand before God. What are you going to tell him? I own the libs, God. I own the libs. Ha ha. I forced women to give birth. Yeah. Whoo. What'd you do about the 40,000 people that died from gun violence? Nothing, God. I own the libs. How about the officers that died after January 6th? Why did you stand up for that? Why did you vote for a man that rapes women? Why did you vote for a man that defends child molesters and is very likely a child molester who posts memes of the Obamas as monkeys? I told you to love your neighbor as yourself. And all you did was crap on everybody. That's all you did. And in fact, the person that you followed who's over there right next to Jeffrey Epstein, Charlie Kirk, you worshiped him as if he was a god, as if he was Jesus, right? Oh, the great white replacement theory. Hey, if the pilot's black, are they qualified? Hey, Justice Jackson, she must be an affirmative action hire because she's a qualified black woman. Hey, it's worth the cost of dead Americans of the Second Amendment. Oh, and by the way, he supported Trump, who was a rapist and defends child molesters and is a convicted felon, because that is your version of Christianity. And it's the same Christian ideologies that crucified Jesus in the name of God. Anybody that doesn't fit into your straight, white, English-speaking version of America, you tear them down and you tear them down. And along with him and Epstein and everyone else, you're all going to spend a lot of time down there in hell with Jeffrey Epstein and Mussolini and Hitler. So you yuck it up. You think you're cute and you're funny, but you remember this, that you saw this video, you little white trash MAGA with your little 6 teeth as you own the libs and demonize 10 transgender athletes. Oh, and for you, well, I don't want men in women's restrooms. I don't want Donald Trump in a dressing room with my fucking daughter. That's what I'm more worried about. I'm more worried about Pete Hegseth being an alcoholic and harassing people at rallies. I'm more worried about Matt Gaetz having sex with a 17-year-old. That's what I'm worried about. I go to Comic-Cons all the time, so stop this bullshit culture war. You don't care about men's and women's bathrooms because you don't even care about Donald Trump looking at 15-year-olds in a goddamn pageant naked. So shut the hell up with your bullshit culture wars and your pearl clutching. You remember this. And if you don't like my words, just remember, MAGA, that if my words bother you than the fact that you voted for a rapist and a convicted felon, then you're the problem. It's not me. Have yourself a white day.